Almost 1 year ago I bought this beautiful piece of land in the heart of Slovakia with a clear idea to build a house on it. And as it usually is, I had to overcome a ton of obstacles. But I won every battle, and today you are able to see already finished foundation walls, backfill, and in today's episode I will show you how I did the formwork and how I poured the concrete. So we are back, my friends, and today now we are going to finish the last step, and it's formwork. I was really thinking how I'm going to do the formwork. Technically correct, quickly, efficiently, and of course cheap. So I decided I'm going to buy few pieces of plywood, cut them through and use it as a basis. And now I was standing in front of the next question. How am I going to ensure the structural integrity of whole formwork? How am I going to connect this plywood to the concrete? After some brainstorming with my father, we've got a brilliant idea. I found out that I left with some anchors which I bought previously for a styrofoam. I also found some leftover wood from previous projects on the property. I cut a little wicks from it, drilled a hole in the middle and use it as a stabilizer in between of plywood and anchor. At first I was a little bit scared if the anchors are strong enough to really hold the whole formwork. So I decided I will apply 3 pieces per 1 piece of plywood. What we are going to do today. So last time, as you know, we applied these decks, we anchor it to the concrete, and I also was able to add this kind of frame, so it's really hard now, but I would love to also add some reinforcement, really, because there will be like a 30 cubic meters of concrete here. I always going to create a little hole here and here, put the wire through, make a really like a loop here on a rod, close it like this, really hard, and then I will just apply the little rod and twist it, and it pull whole deck till this side, and it will be really reinforced and ready for the concrete. So this is what we are going to finish today. When I finished the formwork, I was really thinking how to avoid the deformation of the plywood from the extreme weight of concrete. After a few minutes, I really drilled a hole on the top of 2x4, on the bottom of 2x4, and I use a wire and connect the steel reinforcement with the plywood. By the way, guys, this wire reinforcement thing is a really cool way how to ensure that the plywood won't be bumpy and the future concrete will be really smooth and straight. And now, guys, you are able to see the final product. Really nice, smooth and leveled, finished formwork ready for the concrete pouring. One super critical thing which you need to know before you will pour your concrete is you need to be ready to water it at least few times a day for a period of the next 5 days. We were really lucky because we had really 5 rainy days straight. So the nature took care of us. My friends, welcome back. As you saw in the last video, we finally finalized the foundation part. After 5 days, where the concrete already hardened, was a time to disassemble our formwork. now is the time for this formwork, and it will be a little bit more difficult because I have to really cut these anchors. Yeah, just it will be much more difficult and much more time consuming, but we are not afraid to work. So my friends, now we have to think a little bit. We have to choose really the reverse process. So now all this assembly process we are going to start with the 2x4s. So my friends, and now as I said, I need to put down the anchors, this one, so I just smash it with a hammer and then I will cut it with a saw and the plank have to go out. Most efficient and easiest way. So as soon as 2x4s are down, now is the time to really disassemble also the anchors. And I chose the Slovakian way, so I smash it with a hammer. Disabling went surprisingly really well. So now we are almost at the end, and now we are just really need to apply some manpower and disassemble also the plywood. The formwork is down. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, concrete, everything nice, no cracks because we have a rainy weather. It was a little advantage for us, and now I'm going to play around a little bit with about the details, like this, for example. Look, these cables. Yeah, it's super dangerous. I do not want to crack my leg here, and also I'm going to cut these anchors, these leftovers from anchors, to make it nice, ready, and then we are going to continue with other activities. Now is the time just to apply some cosmetic touches. I'm going to cut the leftovers from anchors, hammer down some leftovers from rods, and we have a beautiful piece of foundation ready for the next phase. I forgot one thing. Before I will start with the pipes, I need to also prepare the edges. The edges where the concrete is sometimes also on the top of styrofoam. And because in the future I will apply the next layer on the top, it needs to be really in a contact with the down layer of styrofoam. So I'm now going to take something and really smash it, this little layer of concrete down. My friends, it was a ton of work, but we did it. All formwork is done. You saw how we did it in our project. All concrete is ready, and in the next videos it will be super interesting because we are going to apply the hydro isolation, and then we are already going to build the walls of future house. So for sure, give up subscription and we will see in the next video.